Hello, I'm Ian. Welcome to Somerset News Network. Starmer on the telly yesterday and this morning. Big news. We're all going to be £500 a year better off. It's a joke, isn't it? I had to look at my watch to make sure it wasn't April the 1st now. Come on, who's he kidding? There's elections in May, isn't there? Eh? What do politicians do to get elected? They lie. This month, April, I have my car tax has gone up. My pension has gone up a little bit. I haven't had an increase on my PIP payments. Fuel in the pumps is going down. And I heard a Labour MP said, our policies are working. Like hell. It's because of Donald Trump. He's drilling oil and getting the price down for America so the price drops here. Lying, cheating, little... I could say loads of Anglo-Saxon words there, but I won't. You know, electric's going up, gas is going up. Council tax. All I get from the council is my bin emptied. It was once a week, it's now once a fortnight. They're thinking about doing it once a month. I'm going to have 2 bins. And if I want green waste taken, I've got to pay extra for it. If the council had sense, all the green waste would be put in digesters that produce methane, which produces the gas, which then can run turbines, electric turbines. And then they sell that to the grid. Therefore, the council would make money. And therefore, they can take the green stuff off of me for free. But they charge me extra for a green bin. When I was in the old house, I didn't need it. I had 3 acres of ground. And I would build a bonfire and build a bit more bonfire. And then we'd have a blaze to let it dry out a little bit. You know, I haven't got that now. So I've got, you know, the green bin. And they charge me money for it. You know, what are they doing with the council tax? All I get is my bins empties, that's it. They're not fixing the potholes in the road, which they're obligated to do. And the council just seems to have more and more staff. They've got rid of their workforce and gone to contractors and got more office staff, people pushing paper around. Tell me how that works. You know? But what gets me is the lies. I do not like being lied to. It's one of my things. And I'm afraid Starmer is on the top of the list at the moment. Neighbouring constituency, Labour MP's just been arrested for child abuse. I've got this theory. I've been watching politics for, 50 years since I started work. I used to read The Sun going on the train to Bath. And then I read it by tea time, 10 o'clock in the morning. So I then started buying the Daily Mail or the Telegraph. And I could still read it when I got home in the evening. You could see the politicians were lying then. They say this, they say that, Conservatives say this, Labour says that, Liberal Democrats say something totally different. And you can't trust any of them. I don't even trust the Tories. Can we trust reform? I don't know. The way that Rupert Loeb's been treated, there's still a rumour going round that Ben Habib is going to broker a deal between Nigel Farage and Rupert Loeb. But I haven't heard anything about that in the last couple of days. I don't know what's happening there. But if Rupert Loeb can get back into reform and Habib can be, brought back into the fold, maybe even as an advisor, we might be thinking of joining reform. But I don't think that I will be able to join reform, because I supported Rupert Lowe and I support Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson is no more than a political prisoner. This is what North Korea does. This is what Germany did in the 1920s. They locked up the communists and the artists and the poets before they started on the gypsies and the Jews. That's the way we're heading. We have got a tyrannical government. Like I've said before, we had the tyranny of King John, and that gave us the Magna Carta 1215. We had the tyranny of James II. He wouldn't let Protestants be officers of state or carry arms, and he disarmed the Protestants. They brought laws in. Pistols are banned. Can't carry a knife in public. I've carried a knife all my life, and I still carry a knife. But if I get stopped by the police, I'm going to get done now. I make knives. A knife is a tool to me. They've got the laws to stop crime. And what are the police concentrating on? 6 police officers went to a married couple who were complaining about their school on a WhatsApp group. It was a private WhatsApp group, so it wasn't public. And they've arrested them for malicious communications. It's the same that happened to me. I had a 4-month police investigation for a single line on Facebook. I told the copper when he said, no further action. I said, well, now you can go out and catch real criminals. Oh, he said, Ian, no need to be like that. I said, yeah, there is. This is police harassment. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't broken the law. It started off as a non-crime hate incident. And after 2 months, they then turned it into malicious communications. If you say something and somebody does not like it, they can say, well, I'm offended by that. That offends me. That's upsetting me. That's now a hate crime or malicious communications. It's going to get to a stage where if you ever go at the government, like the Nazis did in the 1920s, early on, when the Nazis took command of Germany, if you said something against the Nazi party, you were locked up. That could happen here. You could find that people are making political statements against the government, and the government or an MP turns around and says, I'm offended. And the police come round and arrest you. It's on LGBTQ, gay, lesbian stuff at the moment, and WhatsApp group was moaning about the schools. It's not a great big leap to politicians saying that they're offended by a YouTube video like this or a Facebook post. That's why I keep on about the right of free speech and debate. And I'm not going to give up. If we all say we've got the right of free speech and debate, now you haven't got the right to harass somebody, and you haven't got the right to be malicious, but what we do have to do is find out where that line is, where free speech becomes breaking the law. And what they've done at the moment is anything that you say that they don't like, they deem as malicious communications or hate crime, or a non-crime hate incident. I don't get how you can have a non-crime. It either is a crime or is not a crime. Because if it's a non-crime, they can't arrest you. They can't give you a caution for a non-crime. So it's the process of the police harassing you that becomes the punishment. Just like the brown shirts in Germany in the 1920s. The brown shirts were used to harass people. We have the rights and freedoms. We have liberties. We have to understand them and stand up for them. Like I said on my last video, John Peel said the police constable is obligated to know the law well. So we've got to educate ourselves on what the law is so we can educate the police. Anyway, I think I've said enough. Rant over for the minute, but I just hated Starmer lying. We're £500 per hour. I'm paying so much now. In, £10 here, £20 here, it just goes up and up and up. The only good thing is the fuel prices come down, but that's because of Trump, not because of this government. So the politicians lie about that as well. Anyway, Ian, Somerset News Network, bye for now. Yeah, that's what they used to say in it. Bye for now. Never mind. There'll be another rant. Starmer is giving me so much ammunition to make these videos. I was only going to make a couple and have my say, but it just keeps going and going. Anyway, bye.